And hello, this is Eamonn O'Brien, and you're so welcome to the Reluctant Speakers Club Expert Series. And today we're going to talk about communication tips that you can use to create better collaborations for your business. And we have an outstanding expert here. I'm so excited to have Eamonn Milnes with us. And Eamonn, you are known, of course, as the queen of collaboration, but more than that, you are also the queen of things motivational. And of course, you're a columnist, you're an author, and the recent co-president of the Professional Speaking Association. And we're thrilled to have you here.
And it's absolutely a pleasure to be in Dublin. It's been super fun.
Good, I'm delighted. Good. So when it comes to the whole area of collaboration, you oftentimes talk about copreneurs. What is a copreneur?
Well, traditionally, if you're an SME, you're going to be working on your own. You're a one-man business. So if you move from solopreneur to copreneur, then you're someone who has brought on board people to work alongside you. Now that might be in your office, it might be in your family, and it might be external experts who you employ to bring into your business. So essentially, you're upping your game.
Absolutely. And why is that, the notion of having copreneur relationships important for a speaker? Why would a speaker care?
Well, a speaker's very good at speaking, on the whole, we hope. We hope they're not reluctant, Eamonn.
No, they're better.
And if they're good, if they've been on your courses and they've learned their craft and they're honed their craft, then they're very good at delivering that. But they may not be good at delivering the back office materials. They may not be good at the marketing. Perhaps their strength is not in media relationships, for example. So you bring on people who can assist you in other ways.
Well, absolutely. What prompted you in the first place to dabble in this art of collaborating?
Money.
Ooh, that's
a 5-letter word. You know, I'm Scottish, we do like it.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I thought if I can help other people to be more successful, then that's maybe going to help me as well. And I realized that if I say an expression that I say quirky things, but I strap on extra brains. So, you know, I have my talents and I have my skills, but if I help somebody else who has a different set of tools, then between us we could actually be awesome.
Yeah, awesome, I like that. But was there a moment in time where you said, actually, I can see a real opportunity here? What was, if you like, so, you know, money, I understand that, but if you think about what was the real catalyst beyond that? Because, of course, you know, there's an old phrase that you should never marry for money, it's always cheaper to borrow. So if money is your only determinant, then to be honest with you, maybe it's not set up for great success.
I was being flippant.
I know you were, of course. But so tell me, was there a particular issue or set of circumstances that caused you to think, golly, you know, that would be great. I could really see that getting together with somebody else would produce something awesome.
Well, a lot of businesses around about 2008, 2009 were suffering.
Sure.
Our balances were not healthy and we were looking at our bottom lines and thinking, how do I recreate myself? And I just thought, well, if I worked with other people and hopefully other people who are thriving rather than trying to survive, then that again, it would be this, there has to be a synergy. You're not just in it selfishly. Of course, I'm not in it for money. I'm in it, yes, I am. I'm in it because I want to help other people while I help myself. And for me, there has to be a lot of fun. If there's no fun, I can't do it.
Yeah.
So I look for the synergy and then I work together. And I looked around the world at what other people were doing, and there's so many ways to collaborate. It might be webinars, it can be seminars, it can be writing books together. There's so many different ways. And there's a chap in New Zealand and a speaker that I really respect, and his name is Mike Handcock. And I thought I was good at collaboration, but he currently has some 40 projects on in collaborative and strategic alliances and cooperative working practices. And I thought, Eamonn, you could learn from this guy.
Oh, absolutely. But now, if you've got that many things going on in collaboration, I suppose, you're engaged in a lot of multitasking, are you? Or how do you actually manage those things? Because you've got a number of collaborations. So, you know, are there ideas and notions and
they don't all come to fruition at the same time.
Yeah.
For example, there's a very good friend of mine in the Professional Speaking Association at the moment, and we were all geared up. We actually started our collaborative project and we were really excited about it. I'd like to be able to tell you about it, but if I did, she would kill me.
Yes.
So we've had to put it to one side because she has found she's pregnant.
Oh, right.
So, you know, if she's having a baby, she's more more keen to give birth to that than to give birth to our project. So at the moment, that's put to bed. So, not everything is going to come along. So you have to have more than one iron in the fire, more than one collaboration going, because they won't all come through on time, on the expectation that you might originally have thought of.
Now tell me, so the first few collaborations that you had, what kind of expectations did you have at the outset, and what happened in reality, and what did you learn from that?
I learned that you have to get as much as you can understood. I personally, because I do work on intuition and I work on trust. So I was speaking to Alec, one of your speakers as well, and he was in a collaborative, cooperative working relationship for 25, 27 years. They never had a written contract.
All right, yeah.
So there has to be a huge element of trust in that. And some people would say you shouldn't even start if you haven't got a contract.
Yes. This is the prenup or no prenup type of notion.
Exactly that. Yeah. And so you do have to have discussions. And I think maybe one of the most biggest discussions you will have is around money.
I'm sure.
Is to how to sort it out, what's the split going to be.
And who owns what.
And who owns what, and your intellectual property. So have some sensible conversations and maybe write down what will we do if such happens. That worst what if scenario. Yeah. Write down half a dozen of them and what you will do. And then should that nasty elephant appear in the room, you at least have a starting point to find the solution.
Well, and I know that really matters because I've used partnership agreements in the past, and it did kind of set out those things where you did have those discussions about, well, what might happen to us? For example, if somebody gets sick, maybe they can't do what they thought they could do. Maybe the dog ate your homework. It doesn't matter what it is, but having thought about those things, maybe there's a bit more clarity. And
absolutely, and the clearer it is, I think I mentioned in my presentation, communicate everything. Yes. Define your deliverables. Yes. No frolics, and no going off and playing on your own.
You did say no frolics, didn't
you?
No
frolics.
I'm so glad.
Well, I spelled that.
I just want to clarify that so we don't have to put subtitles in.
Frolics.
Yes, it sounds much more interesting than the word is suggests. But if there was one abiding lesson that you picked up along the way about things that you'll never do again, what would that be? So what did you learn that there are right ways and wrong ways to do things?
I've got one ongoing collaboration at the moment that isn't sweet, and I don't know how to bring it to a conclusion. So not everything is sweet.
Yes.
All I know is I have the intellectual property, I can do what I want with it, but I don't want to spoil a relationship.
And that's oftentimes an issue.
That is the issue. And I don't know where to go because I've asked this person many times to step up to the plate, and there's always a disaster happening in this person's life. Some people seem to be beset by troubles and trials and tribulations, and I'm thinking, how can all of this stuff happen to one person?
Yes. And maybe therein lies your observation about having many irons in the fire, so that you're not overly dependent on one, maybe.
Oh no, if I was dependent on that one collaboration, I would have been probably put off the opportunity for life. So you have to accept that people are people.
Yes,
not all marriages work, not all partnerships work.
That's right.
Not all friendships work. Yeah. And unfortunately, not all strategic alliances will work. But the more homework you do, the more preparation and planning you do, and the more fun you have. And I guess maybe get profiled at the beginning simply, but find out what drives the other person and work to their language.
Yeah. And on that bombshell, if we think about maybe concluding our conversation, what's the biggest thing that you have learned? Maybe something that you wish you'd known at the outset that you'd love to share with people about setting collaborations up to succeed.
I'm a very simplistic person. I give over, nuggets. Just do it.
Just do it. Wonderful.
Just do it. Get started and do it.
Yes, and I like that. That's a wonderful idea. And on that note, that's a wonderful way to finish our interview. So, Eilidh, can I thank you so much? And thank you for watching today. You have been watching the Reluctant Speakers Club Expert Series. And until the next time, happy speaking.